Let's go ahead and build a column chart. I have another sheet here, and go ahead and you can just click the plus sign at the bottom of your worksheet and then create a new sheet. And I named my sheet Games. If you want to name a worksheet, just double click on your sheet name and then you can type a new name for it. Once you have created your worksheet, and I called mine Games, you can call yours whatever you want, but go ahead and create some game data. So here's some basketball dates and scores, and go ahead and create that data, and then we can use that to build a column chart and also a line chart. So pause your video and go ahead and use this to create your data, and then let's go ahead and build our column chart. And I neglected to tell you one thing, and so we're going to have to pause here and go back and fix it. But if you look at the dates here, my dates are not real dates. Actually, what I did is put a single quote and then 11/1. And what that did is, instead of this being a date, it turned it into a piece of text. So I wanted my game dates to actually work as text, and the reason is that if they're calendar dates, then Excel, when it builds my column chart, is going to try to also create the dates in between, and my bars are going to come out really thin, and it's just not going to look right. So to fix these, just double click on them, go to the beginning of each date and add a single quote and then hit enter, and that will allow these to function as text instead of dates. All right, once you have that done, we can continue forward and build our column chart. I'm going to do that by selecting my headings and all of my data. And just like we did for the pie chart, from there I go to my Insert tab, and then I can go directly to a chart type, or I can choose Recommended Charts, and either way is fine. But notice that a line chart works pretty well with this data, and also a column chart. Here's an area chart, which is not going to be great, simply because the losing team's numbers are on top. So it looks like they're ahead, or that their numbers are higher, but really this particular area chart is a stacked one, so it's just not going to look great. And then there are some other choices that maybe don't make a lot of sense. I'm going to cancel out of there and go straight to a column chart, and then just choose a column chart. Let's drag them out of the way a little bit. And here is my column chart ready to go. As before, I've got quick layouts that I can jump over these things and see how they look. And they give me some different options. And you can choose different widths in the pre-built styles, different widths of bars, and different widths between the bars as well. I'm going to go ahead and just choose this first one, and then we can start working with this. As with our pie chart, I can change my background. So here's my chart area, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a gradient fill, and let's choose a light blue for that. And then I'm going to take my legend, and I want to put a line around it. So here's border, solid line, and we can control the color of the line. Right now it's dark blue. I'm okay with that. And then I'm going to set the background of this to, so let's go back up to the fill, and here's my color, and let's try this light blue. And no, I don't really care for that. That's kind of blending in. Let's make the background of that a gray color. That's kind of okay. Now we have other things that we can do. I want you to see that you can choose a data series, and if this orange is maybe a bit too strong, we could go in here and change the color of that data series. So I'm going to change it to more of a gold color, which was one of the yellows, and just to show you how simple it is to change a data series. And the difference, I can go into this plot area on a column chart, And there are some settings here that you might care about as well. But one of the things I can do is I can just change the fill of that area, like I did the background. So here would be a solid fill with white, and you might want to do something like that. We also have the axis labels to work with, so I can choose my vertical axis labels or my horizontal axis labels, and then we have things to control. Just like with everything else, we have different possibilities to control. Notice that we also have, under chart elements, some more things that we can control. So I can turn off my grid lines or turn them on, but I can also control my grid lines. Here I have horizontal grid lines. I could add vertical grid lines as well, and we could also add minor. And it's starting to get confusing at a certain point, but just knowing that we have the ability to add these grid lines and turn them off. I'm going to leave just my primary horizontal grid lines, but there they are, and I can do more options, and now I have the ability to change the colors and the width and things like that of my grid lines. The primary takeaway here is that regardless of the type of chart, whatever you want to edit, you click on it, and if you have the formatting box open, you click on it and it just pops up in the formatting box. Let's get my grid lines here. And if it's not open, you can right click on it and then choose it off this pop-up menu, and that'll take you into this sidebar box and you can change it.